Number 10 says a rectangular plot of farmland will be bounded on one side by a river and on the other 3 sides by a single strand electric fence. With 800 meters of wire at your disposal, what is the largest area you can enclose? Okay, so on our picture here, we'll call these shorter sides X and this longer side Y. So we know that when we add all 3 of these sides, so 2x plus y, that has to equal the 800 meters of wire that we have. We also know that we're trying to maximize area. And the area of a rectangle, in this case, with my variables that I've chosen, would be x times y. So before we can maximize by taking the derivative of this equation, we want to get everything in terms of one variable. So in this equation, we either need to solve for x or solve for y. I think it's going to be easier to solve for y by subtracting 2x from both sides. So y equals 800 minus 2x. So we can replace y in our equation for area with 800 minus 2x. Distribute the x here. We get a equals 800x minus 2x squared. So we're doing the same thing here that you would do if you're trying to find a maximum or a minimum of an equation. You're taking the derivative, set the derivative equal to 0, draw your number line and see whether or not that value is a minimum or a maximum. So the first thing we need to do here is take the derivative. A prime, the derivative of 800x is 800, minus the derivative of 2x squared is 4x. So we need to set the derivative equal to 0 to find our critical values. Solve for x. We get x equals 200. So we know that that's a critical value. I'm assuming it's going to be a maximum, but you need to make sure. So let's draw our number line. And we need to test a value on either side of 200. So on the left side of 200, I think 0 is going to be the easiest number. So plug that into your derivative. 800 minus 4 times 0 is 800. So we get a positive value. You try a number bigger than 200, you're going to end up with a number that's bigger than 800 here. 800 minus a number that's bigger than 800 will give you a negative value. So we can see that we go from a positive slope to a negative slope, which would create a maximum. So we know that x equaling 200 gives us a maximum value. Okay, what is it asking for? It's asking for what is the largest area you can enclose. So it's not necessarily asking for the measurements of x and y. It just wants to know the measurement of area. But in order to get the area, we need to know both x and y. Actually, you don't necessarily have to, because we've got the area in terms of only x. So on this problem, you wouldn't even have to really find y. Let's just use our equation for area here, x times 800 minus 2x, or this one, 800x minus 2x squared, either one. And we'll plug in our value for x. plug in your value for X. You can do this in your calculator. You should get a value of 80,000. And our area would be in meters squared. So the largest area that you could enclose with the 800 meters of wire would be 80,000 meters squared.